And launching on March 24th, we have Encyclopedia, and this plays 1 to 4 players and takes about 60 to 120 minutes to play. And this is going to offer you a classic Euro-style game, but with a more contemporary art style. In this game, players are disciples of Charles Darwin, and players are competing to create the first encyclopedia. This is going to take advantage of dice-based worker placement, and players are going to be trying to raise funds, conduct research, organize expeditions to discover different animals, and publish studies that they are able to pull together for these animals. Doing all these things, as well as collecting different sets of cards and tokens, will gain you victory points and potentially win you the game. And this one's coming from the same designers that created the games Museum and Dominations, which both get a lot of positivity around them, so it's no surprise to me that this one is also our Discord pick of the week. And this game is going to be playing over a series of rounds where players are going to be drawing and rolling dice and then placing them out on their player board. These dice can then be used to perform different actions each turn depending on their color and value. So this board is going to offer you all sorts of different options, just like your classic worker placement game, but then there is a layer on top of it that kind of intertwines different elements and components of the game and board based on a specific value or a specific color. Depending on the way that you're playing the game and the different objectives that you're trying to achieve, you're going to be trying to get different combinations of those different elements. Some of the action spaces will gain you different cards for different special bonuses that you can use throughout the game or scoring opportunities, or they could also gain you an animal card. And animal cards are used for research. You're going to take that into your player area, and then you can spend different costs to discover different attributes of that animal. And of course, these animals all come in different colors, so depending on what you're trying to pursue, some pairs of animals will work better for you than others, and you're going to be trying to create those different combos to maximize your points. Sometimes the dice you roll are not exactly the color or value that you need in order to get the cards or actions that you want, but fortunately enough, you can actually take dice from other people as well. Since everyone rolled their dice and put them on their player card, when it is your turn, you can either use one of those dice or you can pay a cost to use an opponent's die. Of course, this will be happening across the table, so people can take your dice as well, but you will be compensated for that. And before you feel like this is putting too much take that into the game, I would argue that it doesn't really add much or any take that at all, because this is a similar concept where in a lot of Euro games, the space you take can't be taken by any other player, but instead of this being space dependent, it's more die dependent. So it's kind of just shifting that aspect that you see in a lot of Euro games into a different spot in the design. I think that's a really interesting design choice that will make this Euro game feel a lot different from a lot of others out on the market. As players perform their actions, they're going to be gaining different resources like money and tokens of different colors, and players can gain victory points for completing research, logging research, any remaining money that they have at the end of the game, and collecting sets of different colored tokens and cards. And the player with the most victory points at the end of the game wins. And those are all the campaigns we have this week, but don't